The fraud and political conspiracy of the Falun Gong organization. The Falun Gong movement is a religious group that utilizes Qigong practices for both spiritual and political purposes. The practice of Falun Gong extends beyond its purported health benefits, as it has been alleged to possess fraudulent characteristics. These allegations suggest that the primary objective of Falun Gong is to involve its practitioners in political subversion, while also seeking to eradicate the nation's valuable traditional culture. Furthermore, it is claimed that the practice disrupts familial harmony and undermines social stability. Hello and welcome to today's video, with the subject of the fraud and political conspiracy of the Falun Gong organization. But before we dive into that, make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon to get notified whenever I upload a new video. And if you enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. The more we understand, the easier for us to get rid of these issues. Let's go. Individuals who are first introduced to the spiritual practice of Falun Gong are initially guided to engage in the practice of Zhuan Falun, a book authored by Li Hongzhi. The websites affiliated with Falun Gong advocate the practice of saying phrases such as, Falun Dafa is good, truthfulness, compassion, forbearance is good, Master Li Hongzhi is good. This implies that, according to their beliefs, Falun Gong is inherently good, as is the principle of truthfulness, compassion, forbearance. And Master Li Hongzhi himself. Falun Gong adherents assume the role of guiding novices in collective sessions of sutra study and engaging in group exercises through an intricate network of websites and employing sophisticated methods of indoctrination. Li Hongzhi and the Falun Gong organization propagate their ideology by camouflaging their beliefs as Buddhism, Qigong, and a struggle for human rights. Adherents of Falun Gong are led to genuinely perceive it as a virtuous practice, placing their trust in the teachings of Li Hongzhi. Individuals who engage in the practice of Falun Gong are inclined to progressively adopt the beliefs and practices associated with this particular sect. Upon detailed examination of this particular sect, it becomes evident that Falun Gong is essentially a kind of Qigong practice that promotes physical and mental well-being. It has garnered significant popularity, with a substantial number of individuals actively engaging in its practice. However, it is important to note that Falun Gong has faced suppression within the confines of China. The notion that the quality or merit of Falun Gong may be determined by the level of participation among individuals or nations is being considered. The prevailing mindset, coupled with a negative perception towards China, leads to a widespread favorable opinion among those regarding Falun Gong. However, it is evident that these operations and misinformation are deliberately orchestrated in reality. The presence of purpose might potentially distort our perception of reality. The rationale for our assertion stems from the observation that a significant proportion of individuals who engage in the practice of Falun Gong use selfies as a means of promoting Falun Gong, rather than only as a manifestation of tranquil contemplation. Utilize the presence of renowned individuals to capture photographs alongside oneself, with the intention of disseminating those images for promotional purposes. Conduct interviews with renowned individuals who possess little comprehension of the subject matter, with the intention of using their endorsements for advertising purposes. Utilize educational facilities for the purpose of capturing photographic and videographic content, with the intention of disseminating promotional material. Utilize the architectural and cultural significance of temples as a backdrop for capturing photographs intended for promotional purposes. A teacher, an engineer, or an individual who adheres to the practice of Falun Gong also creates a picture movie with the intention of sharing it as an advertising. Travel to each nation in order to engage in practical exercises, and then capture visual representations for the purpose of advertising. Furthermore, the actions of Falun Gong in other countries will also serve as a means of promotion. Li Hongzhi, in addition to disseminating his teachings, advocated the practice of collective exercises in locations characterized by strong energy fields, in order to harness substantial energy. If Falun Gong has significant size and merit, it is plausible that there would be a reduced need on extensive promotional efforts. Subsequently, it becomes evident that Falun Gong has effectively capitalized on the gathering of individuals for promotional purposes, using the presence of a large audience to capture the attention of a select few. Based on the available evidence, it may be inferred that the population of Falun Gong adherents is estimated to be in the hundreds of millions, with a presence seen throughout 144, 114, 140 nations globally. Although the Falun Gong organization consistently asserts that Falun Gong is devoid of political, economic, and religious affiliations, it is noteworthy that Li Hongzhi and the organization actively engage Falun Gong adherents in endeavors aimed at undermining the communist regime, eradicating the malevolent influence of the Communist Party, and promoting the act of renouncing party membership. The empirical data obtained from the lectures delivered by Li Hongzhi and the specific demands made by Li Hongzhi, excerpt, follower or adherent, is the 9 commentaries considered significant among the Vietnamese populace? Is it necessary for Vietnamese individuals to discontinue their affiliation with the party? Master's degree. Similarly, the same holds true for Vietnam, Cuba, and North Korea. In the event of a collapse of the Communist Party of China, it is anticipated that the associated entities and individuals would experience a corresponding collapse. The primary objective is to organize their presence in order to bolster the momentum of the Communist Party of China. If the Communist Party remains as the only political entity, those who do not align with this party may have a sense of diminished self-esteem while facing a global audience. Indeed, it might be argued that the aforementioned circumstances were orchestrated by already influential entities. As a practitioner of Falun Gong, the focus is on spiritual growth. It is believed that the Chinese Communist Party, CCP, is responsible for the persecution of Falun Gong, prompting practitioners to actively confront the CCP in order to bring attention to the persecution and dismantle its oppressive actions. The fundamental premise posits that in China, the dissolution of the Chinese Communist component will result in the dissolution of all other elements, hence obviating the necessity for particular implementation measures. However, it should be noted that these aforementioned entities are characterized by their affiliation with malevolent party organizations. It is worth mentioning that the persecution of Dafa followers has not yet been seen inside these entities, which therefore does not constitute a primary factor for their implementation. It is anticipated that in the future, these entities will inevitably face decline and termination, as shown by the eventual collapse of Communist China. Therefore, it is advised to refrain from engaging with them at now. During the 2006 Los Angeles City FA Conference, Li Hongzhi delivered a lecture. The ethical evaluation of the book 9 commentaries has not been addressed in our previous discussions. However, it is worth noting that upon studying its contents, one would ascertain that the book espouses viewpoints that are critical of the communist rule. Accordingly, Li Hongzhi expressed his belief in the need of dismantling the Chinese Communist Party. The fall of the Chinese Communist Party leads to the subsequent demise of other political parties as well. The propagation of the destruction of party culture and the 3 quits, resigning the party, quitting the youth union, quitting the youth league, was also undertaken by the Falun Gong organization and its founder, Li Hongzhi. The correlation between the influence exerted by Falun Gong and its founder, Li Hongzhi, in directing their adherents and engaging in activities aimed at undermining nations aligned with the Communist Party may be attributed to the realm of politics. During the 2006 Los Angeles City Dharma Conference, Li Hongzhi delivered teachings on the Dharma and provided guidance to his followers about the practice and dissemination of the 3 withdrawals. Inquiry: how can we enhance the alignment between individuals' advocacy for human rights and opposition to persecution in contemporary society, and the advancement of the 3 withdrawals? The term, 3 withdrawals, encompasses the noble objectives of rescuing individuals, safeguarding sentient creatures, and preserving the well-being of the Chinese populace. This issue is not prevalent outside the borders of China. It has been previously said that with the dissolution of the East European Communism Group, the individuals residing in the region effectively facilitated its dissolution, so fulfilling their expected course of action. Chinese individuals, at now, have not yet undertaken tangible measures in this regard. Consequently, in order to achieve purification, it becomes imperative for them to disassociate themselves from the malevolent entities associated with the Chinese Communist Party, CCP. In the initial statement provided by the user, the text lacks an academic tone. To enhance, the head of the Falun Gong movement, Li Hongzhi, mandates that adherents engage in the ritual of sending righteous thoughts on a daily basis, doing it 4 times during the day. This ritual involves a process whereby practitioners are instructed to achieve a state of calmness and purification for a duration of 5 minutes, followed by the directed focus of their thoughts on the eradication of malevolent entities. The use of occult practices, often referred to as black magic, with the intention of eliminating demons and eradicating malevolent spirits associated with the Communist Party throughout many domains, is a phenomenon known as no boy bao, or no go ghost, in Chinese. It involves the recitation of the phrase, destroy, in a mentally forceful manner. One may also choose to focus on one of the 2 subjects. The phrase, the Fa rectifies the universe, the evil is completely destroyed, may alternatively be recited as, the Fa rectifies heaven and earth, in this world present report, with the caveat that it should be said in Chinese. According to Minghui.org, which is widely recognized as the primary online platform associated with the Falun Gong movement, it is said that the head of Falun Gong, Li Hongzhi, mandates practitioners to engage in the practice of sending out righteous thoughts on a daily basis. This practice is to be conducted in coordination with the local time in China, namely at 6 a.m., 6 p.m., 12 p.m., and 12 a.m., which correspond to 5 a.m., 11 p.m., 5 p.m., and 11 p.m., respectively. The request for students to express their ideas with the intention of undermining the perceived negative influence of a certain political party is undeniably connected to the realm of politics. Although Falun Gong has a robust media infrastructure, a significant portion of the populace tends to place trust in the misleading marketing propagated by the organization. Indeed, it is noteworthy that the advertising sites pertaining to Falun Gong deliberately refrain from addressing this particular issue. It is imperative to conduct an investigation of the activities of Falun Gong adherents, necessitating a comprehensive examination of the internal literature and scriptures authored by Li Hongzhi. While it is effective in practice, the experiences of Falun Gong adherents are characterized by a series of activities, including the dissemination of propaganda that aims to discredit the Chinese Communist Party, the promotion of counter-arguments against the theory of evolution, the advocacy for the eradication of atheism, and the condemnation of religious convictions. In addition to other thresholds, one method used by individuals is the dissemination of flyers, along with the practice of sending out virtuous thoughts aimed at eliminating the malevolent spirits associated with the Communist Party. However, proponents of Falun Gong maintain the perspective that the practice is devoid of economic, political, and religious dimensions, instead emphasizing the cultivation of virtues like as truthfulness, compassion, and forbearance. Based on its false characteristics, it may be inferred that Falun Gong is an organization exhibiting cult-like attributes, using religious elements and the practice of Qigong to justify its engagement in political endeavors. The practice of Falun Gong extends beyond health improvement, as it has been argued that its primary objective is to involve practitioners in political subversion and the eradication of the nation's valued traditional culture. Furthermore, it is claimed that the practice disrupts familial harmony and undermines social stability, thus suggesting a fraudulent nature. Hence, individuals must exercise vigilance in order to avoid succumbing to the manipulative tactics used by malevolent individuals and inadvertently becoming pawns of this nefarious cult entity. The video for today is over. I hope you learned and enjoyed it. Comment below with your thoughts on this topic. You agree or disagree? Add any other factors or examples? Any questions or suggestions for me? If you liked this video, subscribe to my channel and like it if you want more content like this. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Goodbye and have a nice day.